What is going on, guys? Zina here, and we are back playing Fernbus Simulator. We are actually on the manned Lions coach, and this is the second generation of it. We're on the smaller one, of course, in the usual color scheme, which I think kind of is a little stupid on this coach, but we'll roll with it anyway. We are doing just a basic route from Sellin to Stralsund. We will have 14 boarding, and the expected departure is 10:22 p.m. And when we arrive to Stralsund, our arrival time is supposed to be 11:15 p.m. with 14 getting off the bus. But let's go ahead and dive right into this. But before we head off on our journey, let's go ahead and open the front door. That's the first part of any journey, is getting on the bus. It is a nice bus. Don't get me wrong there. And the first part is going over here and putting our seat all the way back as far as we can get it. And oh boy, copyright. It's my favorite. Let's go ahead and get that turned off. And the first rule of business is we are going to turn on passenger lights, the reading light clearance, that. I'm going to keep kitchen clearance, actually. We'll actually keep that on, Wi-Fi clearance. The next thing that we will do, let's take a look. What do we have here? Okay, so that's the driver's light. We'll have that on for now. What is that? Break my head. Okay. And we also have our AC unit, which will turn on hitting G. We will raise this to 22 is a safe spot usually. And let's get the other door open. And let's go ahead and take a look at the tour real quick. So, judging by this bus, it has a decent passenger capacity. You have your door right here for this bus, for the rear door, and it goes all the way back with a nice storage racks, and then your emergency exits as necessary. As we flip, let's go this way real quick, and there's also storage here underneath. There's the pass-through, and then there's additional storage on this side too for when you need to open both of those. But that is basically all the features of this bus. So let's go ahead and get everything closed down and get on the road. Alright, that is on. Let's go ahead and turn this light off. Turn our sign on, hitting the Z button. Brake off, shift into drive, and go on our way. Just gotta wait for this to open. I don't know why traffic does that. That's something they do. This is very rare to drive. It's turning a little too late. I've driven this bus in a while. Kind of explains that. I'm just used to how it is. Hey, that happens with everyone, so it's a normal thing. this yield sign and to the right. Sure, there's no traffic. Looks like we have 14 people just about. Now is just real quick before I start boarding, do this. Makes it a lot easier. But let's go ahead and get our doors open. First, I do see some luggage right there, so we are actually going to open this luggage right there. You'll see them actually start to luggage. So we have this era, and a cool thing with how this works is you have the express check-in, but you can also like check for like their name. So here we have them right here. You can either hit this or just hit the express check-in. Do that. So like another good example. If you know what's on your route, it'll like if you have someone that doesn't belong on your route, it really won't show any of this. It won't even show the driver. It will show where it's from and all that. So this lady's actually good.
Hello, bin ich hier recht? Vielen Dank.
Hello.
Well. Vielen Dank.
Good.
Hello. Danke. Servus. Ciao.
Hallo. Hier ist vielen Dank. Moin. Sehr freundlich.
Mahlzeit. Dankeschön.
Hallo. Hier ist Matilda. Grüezi. Danke sehr.
Hello. Bitte sehr. This is a pleasure.
And that is a great example. I actually did that on purpose of why you don't rush stuff like this. That guy clearly didn't belong.
Dankeschön.
Servus. Ich hoffe, ich brauche
Grüezi.
So usually at most stops, it's always going to be 1 to 2 people, a lot of the time Zina. So always keep that in mind as well. Let's go ahead and get our parking door closed. On bus. Doors closed as well. That's actually a really nice wood floor. I would love to have that. And let's go ahead and shift back into gear. Skip our parking brake. So we have a car that's about to pass us as well. We actually departed early. It seems I actually forgot to put my lights on initially. That is a funny thing I do from time to time. And like always in almost every simulator video, I actually like to talk about just a lot of stuff that I like with this bus. So, it's a base bus. So it's not DLC, so you don't need a DLC to use this bus at all. And that actually goes for Tourist Bus Simulator as well, as it's by the same studio / company. Now this bus handles amazing. Now at higher speeds, it doesn't handle the greatest. But this bus, 2 starter simulator players in the bus category, let alone coaching category. It's not a bad bus to learn on, it's not a bad bus to have fun on. Now, the biggest downside with this bus, honestly, I'm going to be the first to say it. I think in my opinion, well, the cab is set up a little bit weird to my liking in a way. Like, it's not set up like in a way for plug and play if you don't know anything, so you kind of have to take a moment to look. But once you know where it is, I mean, you're golden. But all your majority stuff that you're really going to need to touch is on the right side. And with the exception of some stuff being on your left, like headlights stuff like that. This road is also like really blurry for some reason, but it could also be just the lights, the lighting. Just with the way this bus is, this has always been an issue with this bus. Great lane. Overall, it handles amazingly. Like I mentioned, you may struggle at high speeds a little, depending on the type of vehicle, of course. The exception of that as well. So like, don't go like going around corners like a madman or anything. One thing I really enjoy about this bus is just the red. It's very easy to notice what I'm talking about. I think red is probably the best color for the eyes when it comes to nighttime driving. It's actually easier on your eyes. I have first-hand experience of vehicles with the red lighting. It's amazing. Then you have the blue lighting as well, which is also like a normal standard. So like for reference, like Chevy and stuff like that, or like International with their orange lighting, which is very similar to the red. But both both serve honestly the same purpose. As we get off at our exit, we are only 24 kilometers closer to our stop. One bug I did notice, like with all the buses, like when you're moving and stuff, I did notice that like a lot of the interior cab kind of moves with you. It looks like it's raining, so let's go ahead and hit F4 on our keyboard to activate our windshield wipers. And this is a great example of what this bus can do. Now, if you are like doing that at high speeds, that could serve a problem. Now, if you're doing this bus like in Tourist Bus Sim, I would recommend getting the smallest one, like what I'm driving currently. As you're practically on a very tight island, and most of the towns you go through are also really tight. But yeah, as long as you can program everything up to your liking, like let's say you're playing with a controller, this bus is very much drivable perfectly with the controller. Even programming like your doors and stuff to it as well is very doable, which is amazing. Now, some buses, maybe not, but the majority of what I found with the majority of them, you are able to do that. Which is amazing because, you know, this game is playable on the Steam Deck, I'm pretty sure, and that's a big thing for a lot of studios as well. We are only 8 kilometers away from our stop. Just wanted to say, if you got this far in the video, I always appreciate if you would like and subscribe. Maybe talk to me in the comments and talk back. I always appreciate being able to talk to people and all that, kind of getting their opinion and stuff like that. But yeah, it means the world to me if you, it really is. As we sit at this ever-long red light, which I feel like they're really long sometimes. Now, that time it wasn't long because we got to it at the end of it, but the majority of the time we'll find out it's kind of the case. That timing could not have been any more perfect. this is actually one of the tighter bus stops. So I always recommend like going wide always. Got this specific one, jamming it to the right. The key is just going slow, not going like too fast. That's really what it is.
Wenn ich nur vorher gewusst hätte, wie schnell und günstig Fernbusse sein können.
Go ahead and plop that in neutral. Go ahead and open coach doors. Make sure we open that as well so the local people can drop their luggage. And yeah, that basically sums up today's video. Let's go ahead and make sure we get this closed and all of that. Just, you can generally go up a little bit more if you really want to. Like one thing I always like to do, like it adds a little bit to the immersion. Let's see if anyone left anything on the bus. There's not an actual feature for that, and that would be pretty cool. Like if like there's a feature, you know, the overhead racks and all that, and stuff in there, and stuff like that. Looks like everyone picked up everything. Let's go ahead and close our doors. Go ahead and hit escape on our keyboard, and we will hit complete. And that will complete today's route. So we transported 14 passengers and we got 10 points for that. Check-in/sold invalid tickets. No, we're good on that. Stops completed 2 out of 2, which that gives us plus 10 points. Refueling, we didn't refuel once. It was only a 63-kilometer drive, so we got 5 points for that. Didn't run out of fuel. That's an extra 5. Service-wise, scheduled arrival 2 out of 2 plus 10. Scheduled departure 1 out of 1 plus 10 as well. Plus on schedule, that's a plus 7 right there. Resting quality is 0% because we didn't do any rests or anything like that. We didn't miss a single passenger. We had restroom clearance, reading clearance, Wi-Fi clearance, passenger compartment lighting, and air conditioning with 10 points each, with totaling 50. Traffic rules. Pass with flying colors. Maintain driving time, maintain work time, damage, pedestrians, accidents, radar control, stuff like that. That gives us 40 additional points. And our driving behavior, driven on the road 100%. Braking misbehavior, we're sitting at plus 5. Steering, plus 5. Curbstones, plus 5. Speed limits maintained. We actually got dinged on this a little. Now you're probably like, well, why did you get dinged on it? So, but the way a lot of these coaches work, or a lot of driving setups work, is, well, you really can't like feel in most stuff, like, you know, the type of pedal. Like if you have like a really, really loose gas pedal, kind of like I do, that's where that can kind of go. And then we have the safety distance, which I didn't break that at all. And we got 273 XP, with our total XP being 2,262. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. And yeah, this was our simple route. And if we did, for some reason, had to stop for gas along the way, we do have that option. So yeah, that is basically the end of today's video. If you guys like today's video, I always appreciate hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, I always recommend subscribing and smashing that bell button more than anything, as you'll be the first to know when I either go live or upload a brand new video. Remember, this isn't the only game I have a series going on for. There could be many more in the future. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one.